So hello guys, welcome to another video. We have been breaking some miles today and testing some the Trailrunners for the win or not. And today we're going to talk about feet. We're going to see if we can find a place that we can sit and spread out my thin pad to sit on. Wow, very cool. Sitting here with my bushcraft pack that I've been doing over to a day pack. This is a very good training pack as well. It's meant to be carried for day hikes. At the back you have a mesh that is quite sweaty now. Very good supporting straps. Doesn't have a wrist belt though, but when you carry this too low, it doesn't really matter anyway. Teriyaki beef jerky. I don't really like this kind because it's very stiff, but it's normally very good when you put it on the noodle though. Oh, such a nice day. So I'm gonna talk about you a bit of feet today while I eat some lunch. Because I've been hiking a lot, not very long through hikes, but very long marches, like the Nijmegen march that I have completed 4 times before, and I have finding a lot of things since that that I'm going to explain. Let's start. Just going to make a short out of me because it's so warm. I can already feel it that merino wool, this thin merino wool, is a bit warm for this kind of weather in Norway, and I believe it's 16 degrees outside now. So I'm going to show you some other alternatives that I actually have with me as well. I have some different kind of socks. These are no merino wool. These are the Nijmegen. Those are new socks that are a bit more, I think it's made from polyester, but it really feels like wool. There are ankle socks, so it's going to be shorter, it's going to be to here, and it kind of separates the toes from each others, and it has a bit of compression in the middle, and those are really popular. I haven't tried those, so those are new for me. I would probably prefer a long sock, but I couldn't find them that probably goes to here, that compress a bit more. The Ulvang Super is kind of also a compression socks. If you can see, it is very thin. It compressed quite a lot from here and up here, and that's good when you are feeling like kind of dizzy. The compression socks kind of help getting the blood to your head. They are recommended for not all people that have problems with getting the blood streams, but it's kind of the same principle when you are sitting in a plane. You need, and sitting all the time, you need compression socks to let the blood flow upwards, and those are kind of the same thing with the compression socks, that is more like this regular compression socks. These are thin, very thin athlete compression on. These are more actually for very warm weather and probably also a lot of running and walking a long distances. So it's kind of the same thing that than this those, but those are a bit warmer than the normal compression socks. Those are a bit better because those are compression socks that are goes up to here, and those are very good if you start to feeling dizzy. You should probably wear something like this that you can tie go up here, but so those are actually good to have also when you are inside camp, to just get more blood and let the muscles, especially the muscles, recuperate quite a lot. But I don't think they are very good on blisters though. I think this kind of sock is a bit better there, but it kind of ventilates and it's a good sock. One thing you need to have in mind is that Merino, one of the most popular socks that is out there, especially on Nijmegen for thru hikes, long distance, is the Falcon. Those are quite good, but the fit of it are very badly. It has a bit more compassion or support. Is a bit cooler than the Merino wool, but those are also good socks, but it really doesn't compress so much as the normal socks. So Falcon are very well known of the hiking community, especially in the Nijmegen. So many people swear to this kind of socks, and I probably also do switching if it get too warm from the Merino wool. But however, if we are walking in the wilderness and you are not doing Nijmegen on a very hot place like here where it's fresh, you probably want to use the Merino wool socks. These kind of socks are very heavy. Those are also from Ulvang Super. I only use Ulvang Super because you can see how well it fits here. It ventilates very well, and they are quite cheap. So it's kind of the same thing as Falcon, but it's a bit more warmth. It sits better, and they are very cheap compared to the Falcon. Those are Ulvang, and the Ulvang produces a lot of different type of socks, like this one. These are only used for when I'm standing very still in very cold weather and I'm going to bed or something like that. It's only a cozy sock. I will never ever go with this kind of sock. I will rather be like 20 minus Celsius degrees and use this kind of sock instead when I'm moving. And perhaps if I'm going to stand still, I will put this to sleep or something like that. So those are the different socks. If you have problem, if you actually get any blister with this sock, you probably want to try the Ingenie just to have something other that is good. So I think this combination here is probably very good, though I would like to have this a bit longer. Okay, so let's talk about soles. The soles on these Trailrunners, as you can see, these are terrible. This is a very simple, non-very cushioning sole that I would probably only use for very small hikes. It kind of dries very. The good part is that it dries very quick. You can see that it actually has like some of the material you can see in some kind of sport. It breathes well, but the cushioning in this shoe is not very well made. For me it's too low because I have very sensitive skin. I have very sensitive skin. You can see actually I tried different kind of tapes today as well, because if I use this kind of tape to tape my feet, I would probably get an allergic reaction, and my skin gets very hurt. So so I need more cushioning than this. This is a bit too low for me actually, and this shoe start to wear a bit off. The tracking is not very good as well. I have wear this for almost 10 months now actually. It's a bit too short. Here I should try a bigger number as well. So there are a couple of ways to modify your boot, especially for those who are using have a sensitive skin and have a allergic reaction. You can see if we can get some of those now. The silk tape is obviously not very good. Some have recommended this tape, but I will probably don't use it because it's a mess, very messy. See, and it gets very dirty if you really have to tape your feet. So I would probably don't recommend those anyway. You can upgrade your soles, and the best soles that I have found, especially on the first Nijmegen, I got a lot of pressure damage on my heel here, and it was mostly because I didn't tape. But when I actually tape it, it got better, but I got a super very bad allergic reaction. So the way to contour that is to use soles that have more cushioning, and this I have wear in one Nijmegen. You can see those were brand new on the Nijmegen, and I have actually used it there. This have the same antibacterial odor stuff. You can see where the foot press a lot, especially here, and here it has like a little pillow where it bumps down to this here and there as well, and some kind of here. So this compared to this, you can see it helps quite a lot. So I'm going to actually switch one of those to feel the difference. Already feel that is way better sole than the normal, with one bad sole and one better sole, just to see the difference. So this is kind of the good training you need to have. Another thing I also use in Nijmegen, not only Nijmegen, but I also use out the expedition, because I knew I was going to carry a lot of weight, and I was going to use boots, and I was very glad I use very good boots off trail. Are these Achilles gelée or silicone socks that you normally just put like this. Put this part to this area here, and this is very cool because this part prevents the foot of going too much up and down this area, and it helps it be more stiff. It has it tend to roll down a bit, but it doesn't matter anyway. So if you're wearing a very thin compression sock or a very thin wool sock, or the falcon socks, you're going to get more support here from, though you can also use, for example, the soles as well, and then you will also get support up here that you normally don't get anyway, and then you have a bit more room for the toes to spread around. So this is I also use on the expedition actually, but this kind of, if you don't find this, you could probably use this, and they are very quickly to actually take on the shoe and take it off the shoe. So it's a good addition, but I will really recommend this instead, because those are very good and it helps very much. Those are lightsabers for foot damage. Those two, actually, yeah, those two are the bandages that are most worn for the hiking community. The one with the most caution is Tensoplast. And Tensoplast, I believe it's called something different, but this also is a very good tape, very good tape for people to actually use. So you don't have to spend your money on this socks and everything, but you can probably get a long way with only Tensoplast. But then you have to change it every time you hike. You need to change it, you wash it, and then you have to tape it again. The only problem I have with this is if you are and the Leukoplast too, because people think that the Leukoplast P is a better tape if you have allergic reaction or sensitive skin, but it's not. Both you're gonna get a lot of pressure, irritation, and heatness from both anyway, but they do add protection, and you probably hike longer with it, either that you don't tape your feet. It very depends on how trained the people are, because I see also many that don't use this at all. So it's not difficult, but mostly if you haven't done a lot of thru hiking, you probably need to tape your feet. But you need to test if you have an allergic reaction like I have, because sometimes with some plasters, like this, if I put this on, there is very strong glue, I will get a red irritation, and this also happens eventually with the Tensoplast and the Leukoplast. So I will probably stay away from these guys, and probably also the seal type, and just take with the Scanpor. The Scanpor is the one that looks like paper, that looks like this. It's the one that looks like paper, almost paper. This is probably the best tape for you if you are allergic to use, and it's not very important to have. I'd rather not use it at all, but it's probably the cheapest option if you're not going to use the Achilles socks that I just show you with the comfort. So you have a brand new pair here. It's a bit smaller actually. We have some smaller ones here that is actually for my wife. This only have on the bottom. So, and this is a bit different from the others, but it helps you cool the foot. It looks actually very well, so it's a very good part as well. Then you have, if you don't want to tape your feet against blisters, you have this, and this serves the same way that the other. This you actually clip with a nail sack, and you put it inside the toes, so like a toe ringer. And this is fantastic for, you have to clip it, and then you have one, and then you have two, three, probably for both feet here. This is perfect and may last you for a long time. See if you can find that, because
It's very easy to remove. It's very easy to wash your feet and put it back on when you are ready to go. Very good. Last is the same. The same thing is very long, but I also get some damage irritation from this kind of tape. A good thing to, when you are dealing with taping, you need a very sharp scissor to do this on the field, so you don't make a mess of yourself. So sharp scissor. I normally don't carry around all of this, but I just wanted to show what I've been trying in the field and share my experience. If you have very hard feet, you should prepare your foot by taking a foot bath, perhaps scraping all of the dead skin that you have if you are, and use a very strong lotion. This is one of the best foot cream I have ever used. It's not gonna help you when you get your irritation, but it kind of cool downs the foot a bit. So use this daily until you are about to head, and make sure you have your feet in top condition, like fix your hard skin, perhaps go to a foot therapist like I did like 3 times to take away all of the prepare your feet for a very long march. I've been also using this a bit, but it really only gives you like a little break for some seconds to have some fresh in your muscles as well. So it's kind of a dead way to bring, but it helps just a bit, but not too much. Put my things back up. This little pad is actually great. It's very thin though, so I don't expect to be last me for a long time, but we forgot some socks. Don't expect it to last me for a long time, but I believe it's going to be a great addition to the gear that I have. So the more lightweight you are, you're probably gonna break more miles. It's important to actually be very warm as well as you are cold, but your feet are probably better when they are colder. And I can feel it that it's not very much space after I put the sole inside the Trailrunner. So you need to think about that as well. You need a big a shoe that is a bit bigger than normally. So these are like 42. They are a bit small, and that's the size of my sock. So I'll probably go for the right shoe size for me is 42.5, but I would probably choose for a hiking shoe or boot. Would probably choose 43 instead. So actually I go a whole number up. So I have like perhaps a middle or ring fingers of space between the shoe and the foot. So what about the Trailrunners against hiking boots? Well, if you are following a trail like this, they are probably gonna go very great until it gets very wet or very unstable. This is a trail, so it's a trail runner. It's meant to be used on trail, but
if you're not going to follow trails, you probably need a hiking boot. And a hiking boot, they are very durable, so if you're doing a lot of bushcraft stuff like me, and getting outside the trail to uneven terrain, you're probably gonna need a hiking boot instead of a trail runner. There's also a high possibility to twist your ankle, and this is the kind of terrain that you could step wrong and twist your ankle, so you need always to be careful and look where you are walking. A way to avoid that though is using trekking poles, so trekking poles might be a very good idea as well. But I'm thinking that I will probably try another pair that is a bit bigger, just to see how far I can get with this kind of shoes, because I also have in mind that eventually I will join the Nijmegen, and I think the same pair will last me for then as well. So, ooh, I have a big little snake. This is not a very common use to see actually. Bye bye. And that's another thing why you really should have hiking boots as well, because you are a bit more exposed with this kind of shoes instead of the normal hiking boot. Yeah, so I actually, as soon as I packed the camera, I actually twisted my ankle as well, and typical. It's very easy with the trail runners. But I'm walking now on the asphalt, and this is the kind of thing you want these shoes for, because this is going to get very warm, especially in summertime, and Nijmegen especially. It's going to get very warm, and you really like the cushioning, and I can feel, because I have that foot with the good sole and the other one with the not, so you can already feel that it gives me more energy when I'm walking. So if you have a trail runner that doesn't have a lot of cushioning, you probably want to invest some kind of sole, so see if it fits well, instead of buying a new shoe. Okay, so I'm back home now. I put my mat here, and I'm going to show you something that this is part of my new ultralight kit, but I'm not going to show everything that is in here. But another thing that is actually good to have on trail is this let me see, these things here, and this is going to be with me on trails. This is a very good massage pad. I recently changed the blue one with spikes on it, with the cork. This one a bit big, but it's very lightweight and very good. If you're using trail runners, you need some kind of ankle support. If you twist your ankle, this is what you want to be using. There is some preparation though that is called the fruit protection stick. This is kind of a large lotion that prepares your foot. It kind of serves the same way that let me see, some dryness. It's kind of served the same way that the other one, but it's a bit more easy to take. It's more of a travel size stick, and this is very good to prepare your foot for the next run you're going to do. And there is the foot powder. This is good to refresh. This is some menthol. This has also multi-purpose. It's moisture. It's good against moisture. It's good against odor, because it's a menthol. Actually, if you are
not feeling well on the nose when you wake up in the morning, just take a sniff of this, not inside, but a good sniff, and then it will help. The menthol will help clearing your nose out. Then there is this ball, because this ball is a very good against pressure, and then this is where the mat come. If you are wearing a t-shirt, just leave it on and put it inside your t-shirt, and then you can see, put it down like this and massage yourself, your muscles a bit. Just move and massage yourself a bit. You can use the lotion of this as well to put on your back, and it's a very good way to relieve your muscle. The way you do it on the foot though is like take this ball here and then you move this there to relieve the pressure and massage your foot. So this is very good, and you can do it a different kind of way. So I will highly recommend this thing. Another thing that I also have that I haven't talked about that is actually on my kit, this what you see here, I will be bringing with me, is Vaseline. Because Vaseline here, this, if you itch, this is petroleum, is petroleum. This is very good if your hands are hurt, and if you itch, if you are doing a lot of itching like under your foot, this, take a little bit of this and apply to where it itch. It actually helps. Then you need to be to rest, and then I will probably clean that up and put a little bit of foot powder instead, because this also serves as a shampoo. It actually cleans your foot. So these from Care Plus are very good. To tape your foot, you normally put a very big strip here of Tensoplast, and then you cover from the ground, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, and then you have also one that goes from here all the way up here, and then you put one on the side for the foot. So those are the way to tape your foot, but I actually don't do that anymore because I get too much irritation. So I hope that was a very good video for you. I think it's very important to go out and train light, and then you gradually you put on pressure and you find out what works with you. And I kind of show you things you need to be aware of: taping, soles, socks, shoes, preparing for the long distance hiking. Like I say, I also find out that these trail runners are probably not for me anymore. I'm only gonna wear them on the daily life because I actually bought these shoes, so it's only gonna be only here. But I'm probably gonna bring some small other kind of trail runners in the future, but for now I'm just gonna stick with my hiking boots because those are, I just walk good on those. And for the next upcoming trips I'm going to actually preparing my ultralight gear now and doing some change with the backpack, so I'm going to bring less gear in total, or at least that weights smaller, and it's okay then to have also then some hiking boots that normally are a bit more weights a bit more than the trail runners. So I think then it's I have covered most of it for you guys. So see you soon. We're heading for a trip this weekend, so we will see you this Sunday.